Take this! Take this! Give me 2 claps and a Ric Flair!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Team Takeover interviews. I am Ross, founder of Team Takeover, and today I am interviewing the offensive line coach at Albright Football, Coach Louis Figueroa. Coach Fig, how you doing, man?
I'm blessed, brother. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I appreciate you sitting down with me because, I know week 1 was Saturday.
No, we played Friday. We played Friday night down in Texas.
Oh, my apologies. Friday.
Yeah, no doubt.
First week 1 was Friday for you, so you did get your first experience kind of on that college football stage. You can kind of tell me about it, how it went for you, how you felt.
Yeah, not the result we were looking for, but a lot of great things happened. Guys kind of figured out that, okay, this crazy guy knows what he's talking about a little bit. Let's keep listening to him. And we also just found out, man, how to really compete. How to get punched and keep throwing punches. Again, not the result we wanted, but as a unit, a lot of great things. 197 on the ground. We didn't give up a sack. We only had 2 pressures. A lot of stuff that we can take and keep building on.
Yeah. I was going to ask you if there were any positives you could take out of the game, because I know it wasn't
always. Even I remember my last high school game, we got mollywopped. And I found out so much about myself, and I found out so much about maybe doing too much during the playoffs.
Right.
So there's always something. If you don't take something from a loss, then that's what it really is. So just another learning experience for me.
There you go. It's never wins and losses in football, man. It's always wins and lessons.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay. Well, before we kind of dig more into the team and stuff, I do kind of want to get into your background a little bit. So, a couple of years inside the American Indoor Football League after high school, after college and things like that. You played with one of the former coaches I interviewed, Coach Garrigan. So if you can kind of talk about those experiences and all of that, as well as the OC at a couple high schools, coaching at a couple high schools here and there, and now you're here as offensive lineman coach at your first college. We can kind of go through all the experiences you learned from there that you're willing to prepare and bring into here.
Yes, sir. There's just like 4 or 5 guys from the rip before I said anything that I wouldn't be here without them. First and foremost, Coach Martinez, Coach Nick Foster, Coach Devon Francois, and then really, the guy who showed me everything is Coach Duda from Lackawanna Community College. He showed me everything. I came up there not knowing if I was going to be up there 2 days, 2 weeks, or 2 years, and he just got me real comfortable about what being a man is and handling your business and mean what you say and say what you mean. And from there, everything just fell in line. I'm one of the guys who academically I was never a huge book guy, but you put this ball on and we'll talk all day, and I'll be engaged all day. So that's just how my mind works. So all those people, and I'm leaving one out. When I got to New Orleans, Coach Brock Hayes really just he didn't have to do any of the things he did for me. He didn't have to do a single thing. He didn't know me from Joe Blow on the street, but he really took me under his wing and was available 24/7. Even when I felt like, man, I shouldn't text this guy right now, and I text him and boom, text right back. So those are the guys that got me where I'm at now.
Yeah. Great coaches always help out, So it's always good to hear that, you had a good support system that kind of helped you get up into these ranks where you are now. Well, again, I brought up your first college game. I was going to ask if there are any major differences between the high school level that you felt and the college level that you're at now. I can see you shaking your head yes now, so I'm going to let you, dive into it and do your thing.
Man, not having huddle on the sideline is wow. You're tapping in deep into the brain and the memory. But not having huddle on the sideline at the D3 level is tough. It's tough. And, we embrace it. What I do now, after the series, I'm writing stuff down. I'm having guys write stuff down in the booth nonstop. they'll come at halftime and, they got a legal pad and like, man, this is Phil. Like, yeah, we don't have video. I need to know and I need to remember. But that's the biggest thing. Everything else, I mean, I was blessed. When I was at St. Augustine, I had guys. I had guys who were guys. So
Mhm.
I already knew what big time football felt like and what preparation felt like. So, coming up to the college level, I was ready. I was ready. And again, my support system, guys just texting me nonstop, whatever you need, any
Mhm.
questions, reach out, and they held true to that.
Yeah. Yeah. How did it feel when you got the call? When you got that phone call
Sad.
saying,
I was
"Hey,
sad. I
oh,
was sad.
really?"
Yeah. It's one of those things. It's always been the dream. It's always been the goal. But, being in New Orleans for, man, how many years? 12, 15 years, something like that, something crazy. Uh,
Mhm.
that was home. That was home. And, the relationships you build there, that was family. That was,
Yeah.
the best family you can have because it was the ones that you get to pick. It was the ones that, like, oh, yeah, he's rock solid. Like, that's my brother. But
Right.
it was sad knowing that I had to leave. Everyone was so excited for me. A lot of people were just kicking me out. Like, no, you got to go. And I'm like, well, maybe one. And it's like, nah, you got to go, bro. You got to
Yeah.
go. And I'm happy they did, man. I'm happy they did because, a lot of great things are happening here at Albright College.
hmm You're actually the first coach I ever heard say it was sad. Most coaches are like, "Oh, it's cool to have a
No,
new opportunity."
not to cut you off.
No, you're
The
fine.
biggest misconception I ever had, someone called me, oh, you're not an X's and O coach. You're just like a relationship coach. You're a culture coach. And I was like, what? I know my X's and O's. And then I
Right.
shot on it, and I'm like, that's the biggest compliment you can get. You make a
Yeah.
room change. You make the thermostat. You become the thermostat in the room, and you change everything. And that's
hmm
what made it sad. There was lives that I felt like I really helped impact, and that was the stuff we were doing it for. We're not getting paid millions of dollars, but changing lives and changing people's trajectory was
Right.
was something that was awesome to me. I mean, my 4 to 6 guys, will text me nonstop. Even when I was coaching defense and we didn't have a unit name,
hmm
those guys still text me. Coach, I love you, man. I miss you. And that's the stuff that's sad because when I tell you I love you, I love you. It's not just jargon.
Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. Absolutely. So I get it. I was about to say building the relationships, but hopefully now that you're here at Albright, I guess, where is that, Pennsylvania?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a huge jump from Louisiana to Pennsylvania. Well,
Yes,
hopefully you're
sir.
able to bring those relationships and kind of help build new connections there in Pennsylvania as well.
Yeah, it's man, you just know how to connect with people. You start to read people,
hmm
growing up in the north and then moving to the south and then just really embracing that culture, understanding that, when you walk past somebody, you say hello. You say good
Yeah.
morning. How you doing? And you come back
Right.
up north and it's like,
They don't do
who are
that.
you? And it's like, no, I'm just saying hello, bro. But
Yeah.
it helps with recruiting, man. I'll jump in that inbox and be like, hey, how you doing? What's up with you? And kids relate.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Well, I do want to talk about the team a little bit.
Please.
We can talk a little bit about last season, talk a little bit about this season. I know you weren't here last season, so I'm guessing this is pretty close to a new staff as they can get. Just because last year was a little rough,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. No,
wasn't. I
let's
wouldn't
call
say
it
it
what it is.
was.
No. Let's call it what it is. They didn't win a game last year.
Hey, I
They
mean,
didn't
if
win a
we're going to
game.
call a spade a spade. I mean, yeah, I mean,
It is what it is.
hey,
And
it is what it
I knew
is.
that when I got on the phone. I
Yeah,
knew that when I got on the phone. But I tell you
yeah.
what, this little mat that's sitting over here and this
hmm
pillow that's over here, that's gonna make sure that there ain't no O's in that win column.
There you
If I'm
go.
sleeping on this floor, if I'm losing time from my family to put into this family, there's gonna be some results. And that was real evident on Friday down in Texas. A team that was 0-10 goes down and plays. I think they're gonna move to like 4 in the nation right now.
Oh,
So going
wow.
to number 4 team in the nation and sitting there and throwing punches back with them. A couple things didn't go our way. Uh, that's football. Things go our way, we might be talking a different story. But ifs and fifths, right? It is
There
what it
you
is.
go.
We're gonna get better, and there's gonna be
Yep.
some wins in that win column. I guarantee you that.
There you go. There you go. I was going to ask you what your goal was, and I hear your goal right now. Let's go get some wins in this win column because, you
Absolutely.
know, I was going to say, it sounds like you should have been on 10 last year. There are new guys coming in, new coaching staff, new players. So hopefully you guys are able to go get some wins this year.
Yes,
And,
sir.
put a whole lot more W's in that win column.
Yes, sir.
Who are some guys that you were that when you came in, you were kind of able to meet, introduce yourself to, and you're like, okay, I can kind of rock with this guy. These guys are kind of like the leaders of this O line that I'm gonna run.
Yeah, I tapped into to a resource first, because I didn't know what I didn't know. So I called Coach Biaggi. He's at Notre Dame right now. He's special teams coordinator, and I'm like, no, what's the difference? And he was like, you treat it just like your high school. You walk in there, you establish that you're the guy, and if people want to come along, then you filter from there. And I walked in from day one, and there was guys who had some backstory to them about what happened here last year. And I walked in and let them know, hey, we got a clean slate, but understand, my slate doesn't get full. If you're going to be in this brotherhood, this 4 to 6 brotherhood, your slate gets full, you become a liability and not an asset.
Yeah.
And we only deal in assets. So they bought in, and, we had a guy, Day, Devon Linder, who, is already like, hey, man, I'm coming from a 6-year. I love what we're doing here, and he loves who he's becoming. But long story short, Cody Carter has accepted every role I've given him. Center out of Florida. He can play every position. He's unavailable for any of you guys thinking he's going to jump in that portal. That's not happening. He's staying by me, but he's a dog. I attribute a lot of our success so far to Cody Carter and his leadership. Absolutely.
Okay, absolutely. Good. Keep you guys away from the portal, man. You want to grow something, don't let them jump. Don't let them jump just yet. Just keep them in there as long as you can.
It's a two-way street now. Everyone needs to be honest. It's not just kids jumping in the portal. It's coaches jumping in DMs like, hey, brother, and selling dreams. Go where you're celebrating. Go where you're celebrating, not where you're tolerating.
There you go. You're not wrong there. Well, look, man, I don't want to hold you for much longer. I know you want to get back to it. I see the whiteboard in the back. I see you writing stuff in the back when you first hopped onto the camera. So look, last thing I want to ask you before I get you out of here is, since you were a player, both high school and then, league-wise, and now you're a coach, high school, college, what are some of the advice that you give some of these players that are trying to find a place to go? And then what are some of the differences that you find recruiting-wise as a high school coach and now a college coach?
Yeah, let's do the recruiting part first, because that's the easy part for me.
Yeah.
Recruiting in high school, there wouldn't be a day where it wasn't 100 plus, where I'm not DMing 100 plus links to college coaches. And that's just what it was every single day. And whether my guy was a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star guard, or didn't have any stars at all, I was sending 100 plus links out for our guys who were doing the right thing. Our high trust guys, if you were doing the right thing, I'm going to spend this time outside of work to make sure your film gets in these inboxes. So that was the easy part. Copy and paste, send it. And if they replied, I knew my guys. I'll tell you everything about him, how he lives, how the home is, how he is, the good, the bad. So that was the easy part. This is the hard part. Everybody loves Albright, and everybody loves Coach Fig, and everybody loves to come play for you. You're not being honest. You copy and paste. And listen, I get it, dog. I get it. You gotta throw the line out there, but I think that's a big thing. Just understanding that, what some of these kids are saying is just copy and paste. So you got to build that relationship right away. And you also have to set the line like, hey, man, we're 18 hours away. How are you getting here?
Right.
Because we had one car sometimes. We're not driving 18 hours because, brothers and sisters got this or dad got this or mom got this. So, it just wasn't reality for me. So just establishing that line with guys like, hey, man, we might be 8+ hours away, but how you getting here? And if you got a solid plan, like, all right, let's start this recruiting process.
Yeah. 100% understandable. Got to make sure that, you have a plan, because a lot of kids, sometimes they don't have a plan. They just kind of have an end result that they want to hit.
And then, listen, and again, it's not a flex, but, I got guys at Power Fives. I got guys who are on ESPN knocking guys out in the goal line. Yeah. And it's about fit. It's about fit. You got to go where it makes sense. If you play quarterback and they got 18 quarterbacks, might want to start looking somewhere else. Yeah. I'm not saying don't compete, but, you want to go somewhere where you're going to get a shot and you're going to get a true opportunity to compete. If you're number 17 out of 18, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah, absolutely. Might want to hit the portal at that point. Thank God for it sometimes.
Listen, it's a gift and a curse, man. It's ever how you do it. I found that the portal is all about character.
Mhm.
If your character matches your film, it'll work out for you.
Yeah, there you go. Okay, cool. Well, look, man, I appreciate you stopping by and talking
No
to me
doubt.
real fast, man. I hope you have a good rest of your holiday weekend because
Is it
definitely
a
all.
holiday?
I mean, is it a holiday? You're still in the office. I mean,
I'm working, baby. But listen,
yeah,
don't stop, dog. Don't stop because you're doing something. You're doing something real special. And I wish someone would have told me don't stop earlier.
yeah,
I got it a little later in life, but whenever you get it, don't stop. It is coming for you. Keep pushing.
I appreciate it, man. I
No
appreciate you,
doubt.
man. All
No
right,
doubt.
man. Coach Fig, I appreciate you stopping by, man. Have a great one.
Yes, sir. Take
All right,
care.
now. Take care.